It's the best of the rest. Time to put them to the test. In case your memory is hazy, it's Blaxploitation, baby. This is Black's History Month, a 29-day celebration of Black exploitation films.
I've been kind of sleeping on the pimping this year, but I figured if I was going to cover a pimp movie at all, it might as well be unique. The Tangerine Man was so close to being a top 5 Blaxploitation film, so close to being perfect, but unfortunately, it falls short in a few ways. It's still a great and entertaining film though, and a hidden gem sleeper hit of the era. The Tangerine Man stars John Daniels as the Black Baron, the most powerful pimp in the city. I figured I'd come back and give John Daniels a fair shot, since the last time I talked about him, it was when he was in that terrible movie Black Shampoo, which I talked about in the first Black's History Month. In this movie, he's stern but fair, and won't hesitate to kick you in your derriere if you come up short. When you're that powerful, the cops will do anything to bring you down. And I mean anything.
Hi. What's happening?
The Tangerine Man is the right balance of goofy action and drama, because for every scene where something silly like that happens, there's plenty of over-the-top action and violence. The Baron even has a super spy-like car fitted with machine guns, you know, just in case. It may appear this is just a by-the-numbers pimp movie, with the Baron interacting with other pimps, taking their girls by winning pool games, and kicking ass and taking names, but about 30 minutes in, the Tangerine Man turns everything upside down. The first indicator that something is up is when the Baron tells a newly acquired woman that she could just take off and make a new life for herself, even gives her money. Now what kind of pimp? Pimp C will be rolling in his grave. Then after being told by the mob to get out of town and never come back, the Baron does it, but in a way that makes it seem like he had planned to do that in the first place. If you've never seen the Tangerine Man and you don't want the story ruined for you, go ahead and stop the video here and come back later. Got it? Alright then. Turns out, the Baron did have a place to go, because the Baron is actually Ron Lewis, a family man with 2 kids and a wife. I did not see that coming, and I love the way the movie sets it up. He tells his wife that he's driving for IBM during the week and comes home for the weekend to live his second life. He uses the money he gets from pimping to set himself and his family up nicely. That's why he was so sympathetic to that girl he went off the pool game. He's a pimp in name only. Deep down, he actually cares for the women in his stable, but he can't show that kind of weakness. His wife basically begging him to quit his job only adds to his problems, and I only wish that the movie found a way to tie his family man life into the pimp life more. We really only get one scene with the Baron at home, and another one where his nosy neighbor sort of recognizes him in his pimp car. But for the most part, both aspects of the film are kept separate. It kills the tension because we don't ever see the Baron scrambling to keep his wife and kids from finding out his secrets. They more or less disappear from the story whenever the Baron goes back to the city. It's a good thing then that the city stuff stands on its own, and it's just as entertaining, at least when the Baron is kicking ass, because the plot is a bit thin, having to do with bank bonds and how the Baron is going to cash it in and all. But the goofiness of the movie more than makes up for it. It's sort of a comedy when it wants to be, and sometimes it's unintentional, like when the Baron busts into the house of a rival pimp and breaks out the dual pistols like it's the OK Corral. What did the bartender do? She ain't even armed. If the Tangerine Man found a better way to tie the husband life into the pimp life, it could have been a classic. But it's still a great film that balances humor with violence and doesn't take itself too serious. They probably figured by this point the audiences have seen everything, so why not change the formula a bit? Whatever the reason, the Tangerine Man is a hit.